It is 6:45. I woke up at 6, packed up in 30 minutes, and left because I was so annoyed with the wind. When I first stopped, it was like a little bit windy, but it wasn't that bad, and then 20 minutes later, it just picked up and it never went back down. I was worried my tarp was going to rip. It was also just super annoying, so I'm moving on really early. There's a large rock behind me that's blocking the wind for the moment, and yeah, that's how today's starting. This dude did not care how close I am to him. Yeah, now you're walking. Keep walking, you're cute. Alright, buddy. Good luck. I thought you all lived in water. Where are you living out here? I've been trying to cry for the last 30 minutes, but thinking of a bunch of sad things, because that thing in my eye is bothering me. And I was thinking about the story that I wanted to tell yesterday about one of our fosters that's sad. I can't cry today. I was crying yesterday. I was going to tell it when I got to camp, but then it was super windy. I was too distracted by thinking my tarp was going to rip in half. Didn't tell it. This is Iron Mountain. It's sprinkling a little bit. Found another salamander. So, in 2013, I don't exactly remember how we ended up with her, but there was a little Maltese named Allie who had been picked up by a stray, or as a stray, and was in like the county shelter. Her teeth were like rotting out of her head, and she was insanely matted, and they immediately put her in the unadoptable section. Which basically means they were going to euthanize her without even trying to find her a home. So the FOA intake person, I don't know if they physically go to the shelter or if they just get a list of dogs that they're hoping and cats that they're hoping to save. But she saw her and she was like, "Why is this dog back here?" Pulled her. She went to one foster home, had her teeth pulled, was shaved, wasn't exactly a happy camper after that. And then they transferred her to us. And so on a cold February night, my mom met, I think it was a stranger in a parking lot, handed her a little tiny bundle, and brought her home. At the time we had Colby, Fiona, and Angel, and Colby and Fiona were 40 and 45 pounds, so they were pretty big. Angel was about 15 or 20 pounds. Callie was like 8 pounds or something. She's a little tiny thing. They did not know what to do with her. The smallest thing they'd seen prior to this was a hamster. But Callie came in. She never stopped walking. And she never bent her knees either. She'd just run around like a white flash. And she was the absolute perfect dog. She was house trained, or at least if she wasn't house trained, we never found anything because it would have been so tiny. Once her mouth healed up a little bit, we got these little tiny balls, and she absolutely loved playing fetch. And she also loved rubbing her face in shoes, which seems like it'd be stinky, but okay. She was, of course, adopted quickly. Little dogs usually have an easier time getting adopted than bigger dogs. And she was adopted by an absolute wonderful family. They moved away a few years ago, so we used to see them at FOA events, but now they're a little too far away for that. That was about 10 years ago, and I don't know if they ever knew her age, because when you remove an animal's teeth, it makes it hard to age them. So she's probably at least 14 years old, possibly as old as 18. So I'm kind of dreading the day when we see a Facebook post or we get a call that her time has come. But I also know that she has lived a very great life since she was adopted by this family. And at the time, it was very hard to give her to them, because this was one of our first fosters. But everything worked out for her in the end, and I'm so glad that she is living her best life. I don't remember if I said it, but her name is Callie now. So not too far off from Allie, even though that wasn't originally her name because she was a stray. This is Greasy Creek Gap. There's a tent over there, so I'm trying not to talk too loud because I got up very early because of the wind. I don't even know what time it is. Probably like 8. I was going to stop at the Clyde Smith shelter, but it's downhill and I don't want to go back uphill. So I'm going to keep moving. This is Little Rock Knob Vista. It's kind of raining a little bit. You can see the clouds moving. It's a little area to come off the trail and check out this foggy view. So I am a little over 5 miles from where I planned on stopping today. There's another point that I could go to after it if I so desire. And I'm a little over 6 miles from where I started today, especially since I got going so early. But I kind of want to avoid this rain that's coming as much as possible, because it's like a cool 60 out right now and I don't really fancy being wet. Especially if I don't have to be, because it doesn't look like there's really a way to get off between Carver Gap and 19E. So I don't really want to go past that, and I also don't want to slip and slide down this mountain. I wonder what brought this tree down. I guess just high winds. But it's been down for a while because there's a established path to get around it. It is 11:30 now. 3 miles from the place I was going to stop. Rain seems to be picking up a little bit. It was a mist and now it's like actual rain. I was thinking about going on top of the mountain. I think Road Mountain Shelter is the one that's up there. I think that's closer to 5 miles, but it kind of depends on what the rain does, because if it gets super hard, I'm going to set up and get in my sleeping bag and be warm. We're at Hughes Gap. Roan High Knob, which is the shelter, is 5.2 away. Carver's Gap is 6.6. That's the gap down there. Keep going and see how far we get. It's 12:30, it's raining, it's foggy. Trees are protecting from the rain a little bit, which is nice. Although, according to the comments, this might be a ridge walk in a little bit. Less than a mile from the campsite. Ground's getting a little squishy. This is almost at the top. I'm a little worried about how windy this spot's going to be. It's kind of down in a gap, but not like very deep in it. I am going to end today's video here. It's 4 o'clock now. Got here at 1:30, set up, got dried off, ate some food. Now I'm just chilling and editing. I tried to take a nap and then the thing attaching it to the tree up there decided to come off, so then I had to get out and redo everything, which wasn't very fun. But according to Far Out, I did 10.68 miles today, and I think I'm less than 6 miles from Carver's Gap tomorrow, so I don't know if I can necessarily sleep in, but I don't have to like rush to get anywhere tomorrow, assuming the rain holds out. Do I hear how scary this is? I thought this door would come open, but it's just... I don't know. I'm too tired for this. Hopefully the wind settles down at some point so I can actually sleep. There's one, I think I said it, but there's one other guy here. Thank you for watching, thank you for donating, and I'll see you tomorrow.